Welcome to the podcast, Claim Your Excellent Life, with your host, Suzanne Kellner-Zinck, where she helps professional women learn how to be happy. Suzanne will teach you how to do this through building high self-esteem, relaxation and calm, and good, healthy relationships. Tune in every week as Suzanne shares effective strategies to help you claim your excellent life with happiness techniques, self-esteem building exercises, relationship tips, and relaxation information. Make sure to head over to dawningvisions.com to subscribe to the newsletter to receive your keys to happiness, as well as other useful free gifts for you.
In this episode of Claim Your Excellent Life, we are going to speak about being a real friend. You know, in this day and age, there are so many people who are so superficial about their friendships. It's easy to say that you care about somebody. It's easy to say that you love somebody. But when you need somebody and they're not there when you need them to be, that's not really being a very good friend. And I had a situation just recently come up where this just occurred, like yesterday. I received a text from a woman who was in my certified nursing assistant course that I took out in California to get recertified. And we became pretty good friends, actually, to the point where she truly did her best to help me learn how to do the hard physical things that I really do suck at, like making a bed with a person in it who can't get up and things like that. Not that I ever planned on doing those things, but for the licensure test, one needs to know how to do that. And she did her best to help me, and yeah, I failed the licensure exam. Oh well. She meant, well, we tried, whatever. But the point is that when she called me yesterday, I wasn't in a really good mind space. But this is the thing. She really did help me out, and she went out of her way to do it, and she didn't have to. So, on my end, as a friend, I needed to be there when she asked me to help her to figure out why she felt so low, as she put it, so irritable, creating problems in the family because she didn't know what was going on with her. But she did know that I worked a lot with people with emotional issues and did a lot of interesting things with the hypnosis. We have talked about it quite a few times over the period that we were in the class together. And so she gave me a call. And interestingly enough, I hadn't talked to her in about a year. So it was sort of out of the blue. And yet, here was a person who I knew helped me out when I needed it, and I didn't even ask her. She just offered it up, and that's a heart of gold. And we do not waste hearts of gold. We just don't. So I called her up because I couldn't do this through texting, of course. And I asked her a few very important questions. The first question I asked her was whether or not she had her hormones tested. Because, you know, if your hormones are off, your emotions can be off. You can feel very tired a lot of the time, or very energized, or whatever. Different things happen depending on the hormonal issues involved. And she said, honestly, no, she hadn't had that done. I said, well, you might want to think about doing that. Second question. Are you on any medications that could cause side effects, such as these? She said, well, the only medication she's on is insulin. Well, I'm not really proficient in insulin, but I do know that when you have too much or too little, it can cause a lot of problems. Having had a roommate who is going through tremors and other issues, being on way too much insulin, and actually having her car taken away from her as she stopped to let the tremors pass. The cops wouldn't let her drive the car, so they impounded it. So I knew this was a really big deal, or could be. So I told her, let me look it up and see what's going on. Sure enough, having too much insulin in a person's body can make them very, very irritable and very depressed. So the next order of business was for her to go make an appointment to see her endocrinologist. But the other problem that we had was that she wasn't really doing a very good job of eating the correct foods because she wasn't feeling good. She was eating a lot of sugary crap, which is not good for with people who have diabetes and are on insulin. No, this is like really bad. So I kind of reamed her out. Well, I did ream her out for not taking better care of herself, especially as a grown woman in healthcare herself. And believe it or not, she thanked me for giving her a good talking to because she needed it, which isn't too different than most of my clients because, they really do hire me to keep them, to keep them on track, to hold them accountable to do those things they do not want to do but have to do in order to move on. So that was the attitude I took with this situation because after all, she called me. I didn't call her, right? And she knew that I was kind of a hard ass when it came to these things, so hey, she got what she wanted, and I guess she was happy with it, and that's a good thing. Now, the learning here that I want you to receive is simple. She was there for me when I really needed her, and I didn't have to ask her. She just offered up to help me with that class and learn how to do these things on her off time. And I knew that if I took a few minutes on the phone with her, I'd probably be able to help her out and get her in the right direction in any case. Will the insulin be the major issue at hand? I don't really know. Probably a pretty good bet, though, and certainly worth working through. Instead of the antidepressant she said that she had taken for a short while and took herself off of. And by the way, if you're on psychotropic meds, you never take yourself off them on your own. You always have your psychiatrist or the prescribing doctor help you do that because you can have horrible side effects. I had one client who missed one dose of Prozac and went into what's called antidepressant withdrawal syndrome, which simply means her body was so used to the Prozac, even though she wasn't really on it for that long, and she was shaking and she had all this weird things going off with her brain, felt like electrical charges were going off. It was horrible. And I know somebody else who went off of another SSRI, which really shouldn't have happened. And he felt totally unbalanced, almost like he had vertigo. So I would really highly suggest that you get your doctor to help you to do this, even though many times they are remiss to truly help you, thinking you need this crap, but the reality of the situation is you just go in there and tell them if they don't help you do it, you're going to do it on your own, so they may as well help you. And that's the way you'd go about doing it. So be kind to the people who are kind to you. Be kind to strangers. You never know when you may need somebody to help you out when you're alone and don't have any resources. And when you least expect it, they show up, they're there, they help you, and it's because you had a heart of gold too. Because there's something called the law of reciprocity. I can't say the word, but being reciprocal is the idea. And that means that you get what you put out there in the world. All right, as always, I thank you for spending your time with me till next time. If you have enjoyed Claim Your Excellent Life, we'd really appreciate it if you go over to iTunes and give it a 5-star review. If you have found Claim Your Excellent Life to be helpful to you, and maybe even life-altering with the information that we have shared here, and to allow us to continue this work, which we really do enjoy doing for you, you can sponsor us at patreon.com. That's spelled P as in Paul, ATREON as in Nancy.com. Again, that's P as in Paul, AT as in Tom, REON as in Nancy.com, where there's a few different levels of sponsorship that you can choose from to help us to continue doing this work. We thank you for any assistance that you are able to give us.
Thank you for listening to the podcast, Claim Your Excellent Life, with your host, Suzanne Kellner-Zinck, where she helps professional women learn how to be happy. Suzanne teaches you how to do this through building high self-esteem, relaxation and calm, and good, healthy relationships. Tune in every week as Suzanne shares effective strategies to help you claim your excellent life with happiness techniques, self-esteem building exercises, relationship tips, and relaxation information. Make sure to head over to dawningvisions.com to subscribe to the newsletter to receive your keys to happiness, as well as other useful free gifts for you.